benefit. So we are learning two techniques. Again, I repeat, non-discounted and discounted techniques. We started with non-discounted techniques. So non-discounted techniques, my first technique is payback period. So in this, what do you mean by payback period? The number of years it takes for future cash inflows to pay back the initial cash outflow. That is your original investment. समझो, आज मैंने 5 लाख इन्वेस्ट किया एक मशीनरी में. Okay, so after how many years I'll get back my 5 lakh back? That is called as payback period. Okay, after how many years? Okay, we are considering here the number of years. So that is what called as payback period. So how means, for example, if I have two projects, okay, if I have two projects, project one, or I can say machine. In place of project, you take a machine. Okay, if I am having, if now I want to buy a machine. Okay, if I am having two machines in front of me, machine one and machine two. Machine one is giving me, okay, the cost, for example, the cost of the machine one is 5 lakh and cost of the machine two is 10 lakh. Cost of the machine one is 5 lakh, cost of the machine two is 10 lakh. Now, by this cost, what you can decide just by seeing the cost, तुम लोग क्या decide करोगे? अरे machine two is very expensive. Let us go with machine one. It is quite less expensive, half of the cost. But it is not the way we take the decision. For example, if machine one takes 5 years to pay back whatever I have invested. मतलब मैं machine one use किया, तो मुझे maybe yearly I am getting a return of 1 lakh each. Machine one use करते हैं, मुझे 1-1 लाख का benefit मिल रहा है every year, and after 5 years I am getting my cash outflow back. And machine two में, okay, I may get machine two में I may get 2 lakh every year. Okay, I'm getting 2 lakh every year. So this machine, after 5 years, I'm earning this much of value. Okay, now how to take a decision? Abhi, of course, machine one is less expensive compared to machine two, but dear students, it's not the way we take the decision. Okay, machine. Yes, machine one is giving us the return after 5 years. मेरा 5th year में मुझे जाके total मेरा 5 लाख जितना मैंने invest किया है वो मुझे वापस मिल रहा है. Okay. What about machine two? Machine two also giving the same return, right? Machine two, 2 lakh. Yes, it is also taking 5 years to give me the return. अभी तो दोनों same दिख रहा है, machine one or machine two. So in that way, which machine you will go? Definitely you will go for machine one because cost कम है. But suppose, say for example, machine one is giving us in the beginning, just I'm changing my example now, 3 lakh return in the first year. Then second year, if it is giving us 4 lakh return, for example, and third year, it is giving us, say, for example, some 2 lakh returns. And again, in the fourth year, it may be giving us some 2,50,000 returns. Now your decision may change. Am I correct, students? Now, for machine two, after how many years you are getting back your cash आउटफ्लो जो भी आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है, आप कितने साल के बाद आपका रिटर्न वापस मिल रहा है आपको? सी अप्रोक्सीमेट, हाँ, अप्रोक्सीमेट 3+ years, नॉट इवन 4 years. 3 years में आपको 9 लाख मिल रहा है, एंड ऑलमोस्ट 4th year एंड में यू आर क्रॉसिंग वॉट एवर यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड. So now you will change your decision. Now you may go with which machine? Yes, you will go with second machine. Based on which technique, dear students? Based on payback period. So this is what called as payback period. Okay. After how many years you are getting your investment back? This is called as payback. Okay. In other terms, it is the time required for the project to break even. See, what do you mean by break even? Where there is no profit or no loss, how much ever you have invested, you are getting that return back. That is called as break even. So based on that, you are taking the risk. Okay. Now for payback, you are considering a profit. Which profit we have to consider? We have to consider cash inflows. Now, what do you mean by cash inflows? How it is calculated? Okay, cash inflow calculate करने के लिए भी एक method है, वो मैं आपको अभी समझा. Cash inflow or the other name for that is profit after tax before depreciation. Now, what is this? Profit after tax but before depreciation. Now let us understand. Okay, let us move ahead. So what I am trying to say, what is payback period? Everyone understood, right? What do you mean by payback period? After how many years you are getting back whatever you have invested. Okay, that is called as payback period. Based on that, the cash flow, sorry, the decision is taken. Again, this is a non-discounted techniques. You are not considering, you are not discounting your cash inflow. मतलब आप अभी सोच रहे हो कि 5 लाख के बाद मुझे 5 साल के बाद मुझे 1 लाख मिलेगा, तो that 1 lakh value remains 1 lakh only. Okay, you are not reducing it because it is a non-discounted technique. Now, how to calculate cash inflow? Please write it down and concentrate. How to calculate cash inflow step by step. आपको पता है तो भी लिखते रहो. It's very important. Okay. So first we start with profit before depreciation and tax. So company earns a profit where the depreciation and tax get to be deducted. So we start with profit before depreciation and tax. Okay. From that, what is the first expense we have to deduct? You have learned in management accounting, right? So first we will deduct what? It is profit before depreciation and tax. So पहला हम कौन सा expense minus करेंगे students?
Depreciation.
Absolutely, depreciation. So we will deduct depreciation. So मेरा next step आएगा less depreciation. So once we will deduct depreciation, we will get what? Net profit after depreciation, but before tax. Why? Because we have not yet deducted. So what will be my next step now? What will be my next step? Come on, what will be my next step? That is deducting.
Deduct
tax.
Absolutely, we have to deduct tax. Less tax provision. Okay, then what I'll get? Profit after depreciation and tax. But this is not cash inflow. Abhi cash inflow chahiye to what is my next step? See, this is very crucial and important step. What I am doing, I am adding back the depreciation. Then I'll get net profit after tax, but before depreciation, or in other terms, it is called as cash inflow. Now, a question will arise. एक तो मैंने depreciation यहाँ पे minus किया, वापस यहाँ पे मैंने depreciation add किया. Why it is needed? A question will arise. Okay. So, action back. The depreciation is added back because it is a non-cash expense, and while considering the cash inflow, we need only the cash items to consider. We have to consider only cash items. So therefore, we have added the depreciation back. Hope all of you understood this concept.
Yes, ma'am.
here. Okay, so that's why
Yes,
whenever
ma'am.
we write the profit here, see what we have written, profit after tax but before depreciation, क्योंकि अभी depreciation consider नहीं किया, हमने वापस add कर दिया. Or in other terms, it is called as cash inflow. So please remember this in mind. If at all in future anyone asks you about depreciation, why it is deducted in the beginning, why it was added back later, this is the answer you have to give, because depreciation is a non-cash expense. We have to add it back when we are calculating cash inflow. And why we had deducted previously? Because for the tax purpose, as an expense, we have to consider. Okay. So in this way, we have to calculate the cash inflow. Okay, that is the first step involved in calculation of payback period. Whenever we calculate payback, what is the first step? Calculating cash inflow. And how it is done? Yes, we start with profit before depreciation and tax. We deduct depreciation. Then we'll get net profit after depreciation, but before tax. Then we deduct tax. We'll get net profit after depreciation and tax. Again, we are adding depreciation back. And then finally we will be getting cash inflow. So this is the way how the cash inflow is calculated. Okay. Next aayega payback period calculation. Very simple. There are two formulas which I am giving you to calculate payback period. Please write it down. First, if see here, I have written when cash inflows are uniform. Uniform means every year it remaining same. If cash inflow is uniform. For example, I'll give you one example. If we are investing in a machine, 5 lakh. This is our cash outflow. Okay. And we are estimating first year inflow, cash inflow. Okay. 50,000. Second year also 50,000. Third year also 50,000. So like this, it goes on till 10th year. है ना? क्योंकि total cash outflow is 5 lakh. So 5th year also 50,000. So like this, if the question is there, where we are getting uniform cash inflow, then how to calculate the payback period? It is very simple formula you have to use. 5 lakh, that is initial investment in my example, correct? Initial investment divided by normal cash inflow. What is the cash inflow? 50,000. Every year we are getting 50,000. Add mat karo usko. 50,000 every year we are getting. So what is my payback period? Tell me students. 5 lakh upon 50,000. Very simple. That is 10. 10 years. After 10 years, I'll be getting, or in 10th year, I'll be getting my investment back. Am I correct? 50,000 every year मैं कमा रही हूँ तो मुझे 5 लाख कमाने में कितना साल लगेगा? Definitely 10 years. So whenever cash inflow, please listen to me carefully. Whenever cash inflow is uniform, same. So very simple method simple formula we are applying. What is the formula? Payback period, that is initial investment upon normal cash inflow. Okay, initial investment, or this is also known as cash outflow upon normal cash inflow. So this is what the first formula if cash inflow is uniform. Okay, ye clear ho gaya? Now, if cash inflows are not equal, not uniform, matlab no, it is different for different years. समझो cash outflow मेरा again same ले लो example 5 lakh है, but inflow कैसा है? Cash inflow first year it is 50,000, say for example. Second year it is 1 lakh. Third year I may be earning 75,000. Fourth year I may be getting again 50,000. If this is the situation, then we cannot apply this formula. Okay, because it is not uniform. Right? We cannot apply this formula. Then what will be the formula? How to calculate? I had given here. Please write it down. In that case, payback period is calculated by a process of accumulating cash inflows till they equate original investment outlay. Okay, the formula in that case is payback period equals year before full recovery plus unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash flow during the year. Abhi, I am not explaining this, how it has to be calculated or how it is calculated. We will discuss that later whenever we solve a practical question. Because abhi मैं explain करूँगी, confuse हो जाओगे. As of now, please write it down whatever formula is given here. Okay, and this formula is applicable whenever you are having the cash inflow which is not equal every year, not uniform. Uneven cash inflows जब भी रहता है तब हम डायरेक्टली ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते. तब फॉर्मूला क्या रहेगा? ईयर बिफोर फुल रिकवरी years में payback period calculate होता है. So we start with year before full recovery plus unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash flow during the year. So as of now, please write it down the formula. How it is calculated, we will see it later. Okay, so this is what the first method we learned today, the payback period. Okay, or which under which technique it is coming, under discounted technique. Okay, now finally, before winding up today's class, what is the criterion? Project कैसे select होता है? Okay, जब भी हम payback period method use करते हैं, what is the accept reject criterion for the project? So we will understand that. Yes, if calculated payback period is less than standard payback period. What do you mean by that? For example, okay, for example, if I had assumed that, okay, I had set a standard that मेरा project मुझे 5 साल में return देना चाहिए. Okay, 5 साल में return देना चाहिए. That was my standard set. But मेरा project अभी 3 साल में return दे रहा है. Okay, now my question coming to you, dear students. Please pay attention. What is my situation? I had assumed that my project, or I had set a standard that my project have to give me a return after 5 years. What is return? Whatever I had invested, मुझे 5 साल में वो वापस मिलना चाहिए. लेकिन ये जो project है ना, okay, वो 3 साल में मुझे return दे रहा है. Tell me now whether to accept the project or to reject that project.
Ma'am, accept the project.
Very nice.
Ma'am,
very
of course
good.
we'll accept it.
Obviously we have to accept. So आपको concept clear हो गया है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि मैंने standard 5 साल का, ठीक है मुझे 5 साल में रिटर्न आए तो काफी है बोल के मैंने सेट किया था, बट 3 साल में आ रहा है, बड़ी बात है ना? और 2 साल मेरा जल्दी आ गया मुझे रिटर्न, तो रिटर्न जल्दी आते हैं मैं और कहीं इन्वेस्ट कर सकती हूँ. सो यू विल एक्सेप्ट द प्रोजेक्ट. एब्सोल्युटली वही रिवर्स हुआ. If calculated payback period is more than what I have set as a standard, then definitely I have to reject that. क्योंकि मैंने सोचा था 5 साल में रिटर्न आएगा, लेकिन ये maybe 7 years it is taking instead of 5 years. So definitely मेरा standard से बहुत 2 साल और wait करना पड़ेगा. So I will reject that project. I will not consider that project. Okay. Now last situation, if it is same, whatever I have set and what is the standard and what I have set and what is the calculated payback period. If it is same, then I may consider the project, right? Because मैं जितना सोचा था उतना ही साल में return आ रहा है, तो I may consider the project. So this is how we take the decision. Whenever there is single alternative in front of me, okay, मेरे सामने एक ही alternative है, 2 अल्टरनेटिव है तो वेरी सिंपल डिसीजन है ना. दोनों में से हाउ टू डिसाइड? दोनों में से whichever project is giving me earlier return, that project I will take, है ना. If there is more than 2 projects, समझो first machine 1, machine 2. Machine 1 is giving me my return within 5 years. Machine 2 is taking giving me return after 8 years. Then which machine I'll select? Quickly, students. Which machine I'll select? Machine?
Machine 1.
Machine 1, 5 years. That is very simple. है ना? So when there are more than 2-3 alternatives, definitely whichever alternative is giving me less returns within a less year, then I'll go for that project. So this is how the payback period, the decision is taken. But obviously, this method is not a proper method of taking a decision. Why? Why? Very simple reason. It is not considering the discounting, है ना? ये मेथड डिस्काउंटिंग ही नहीं कर रहा है. आज बैठ के मैं बोल रही हूँ 5 साल के बाद 1 लाख रिटर्न मिलेगा और मैं उसको 1 लाख बोल के ही कंसिडर कर रही हूँ. आई एम नॉट डिस्काउंटिंग हियर. So definitely this method is not, standard method to take or apply for the decision making. So this is one of the method which was followed earlier. That's why we call it as a traditional method. Okay. So for today, I think